They just win. And joining us now is one of the assistant coaches, Kristin Delahoussaye, dare I say the most popular assistant coach because of her candy contribution at first base. Kristin, welcome back to BYU Sports Nation.
Thanks, guys.
Did you bring any candy for us today?
No, season's over. I got to restock.
That's true. You get a pass. The season is over.
Buy more candy. The budget ends.
It would lose all of its significant value if it was just here at all times.
Fair point.
What happens with all the rest of the candy?
It sits in the office and we eat it at camp.
There you go. There are a lot of kids. Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
How much time do you need before you can look back and say, okay, I can digest the whole season and I can look at it with a wide-angle lens after the disappointment of losing in a region? How much time do you need to kind of like step back?
It depends on how we played and things like that. This regional, we went out and our girls actually played really well. They just played better. I mean, those were really tough teams that we were playing. Both Missouri, Louisville, and Nebraska were awesome.
Missouri's a really good team.
Yeah, and they're very strong, very powerful, very fast. They have a lot of different aspects to their roster and their lineup. And so, I mean, we played them well, but they played us better. And we can't really be upset about that.
Do you blame Tanner Mangum and Mitch Matthews for the Nebraska loss in any way?
Absolutely not.
The extra motivation for that? No? What was it like to go to an NCAA regional again? You want to go to the Super Regional, but you at least get that experience for next year's team that you say, okay, let's get here again and advance.
I think it's good for our younger kids to see it and be around it, because if you've never been, and especially being on ESPN this time when we were on it, it was kind of like, look at all the cameras and there's regulations for this and regulations for that they just don't think about during the regular season play. And so it's good experience for them to see that. And I think with the tradition that we've built where we go regionals every year, it's almost the expectation. I mean, our goal isn't to get to the regionals. Our goal is to get to the super regionals every year, and it's what we're shooting for, and then the World Series when we get there. And so it's not really that it's, yes, we hit our goal, we made it to regionals. It's, all right, we're here, and now we're trying to prove and make a difference again this year. And we're just falling short a little bit every year, but we get better and better and better.
The standard is incredibly high for this BYU softball program. I mean, when you win the conference, get to a regional, ho-hum, it's, that's just what they do. How do you take that next step and get to a super regional? Like, is there something you need to pinpoint? Is there something that you and Coach Eakin and Coach Meredith talk about, like, okay, if we can improve here, we will get to a super regional?
We're making our strength of schedule a lot better in the preseason. We're facing, this year we faced a whole bunch of top 20 teams. A lot of them went to regionals this year.
I was about to say, the schedule this year was loaded.
Yeah, and we're doing it again. So next year, the first weekend out, we go down to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and we play Auburn, who won the SEC. We play Nebraska. We play Washington, who's always good. We play, there's one other that's in it. It's pretty much like the World Series that we're going to play in the very first tournament, straight out of the IPF. Welcome to the dirt, Good luck. And that's just how our season's going to go, and that's what we need, because we need to face that great competition. We need the younger kids to know what it's like to face those teams and gain the mental toughness that it's not, holy cow, we're playing Auburn or we're playing Washington or we're here to play and we're going to beat teams. And we did that really well this year. We came out and beat Utah, beat Arizona.
Utah went to a super regional, right?
Yeah. They're playing Florida State, I think, this weekend. So we've played with those teams really, really well.
You beat a ranked Fresno State team. You beat Louisville in the regional. There are some quality
Cal
wins
State,
there.
Fullerton. Yeah, there was a bunch of teams and there was a bunch that we played, like Notre Dame, that we played really, really well and just didn't quite make the cut. I mean, we played them extra innings, and they just happened to get one better play than us,
When you look at the roster, a lot of times you can look and go, okay, we've got the talent to do X. And then you look at, okay, are we executing at the level we need to do Y or whatever? How do you see the program currently in terms of trying to reach that super regional with those things in mind?
We're getting better and better every year. We've kind of had to adapt and learn, this is what's happening all through softball. But it used to be you have one ace pitcher and she's going to carry you. You might have two that help each other out. Everybody's kind of going to a staff now. We're going to have 5 pitchers next year that are all quality kids that can help together take us to a super regional, to a World Series. Then we have quality kids coming back as seniors. We've got sophomores, juniors that have all played there, been there, they've seen it, they've done it, and we're bringing in a great freshman class that's going to be strong and help us with speed, help us on the mound, a little bit of power. So we're getting really well-rounded in what we're doing.
You lose 2 accomplished seniors for sure, with Coco Tauali Bond, who Gordon Eakin says is, in his opinion, the best defensive third baseman in NCAA softball. And she's made some crazy plays this year, like highlight-worthy plays for sure. And then you lose one-time All-American center fielder Gordy Bravo, who's going to play for a long time at the national level with the Mexican national team.
Marissa, right?
Do you know her full name, Jeremy? Do you want to throw that out there?
I can't
too?
remember the middle name.
Gordy, we still love you. Don't hate us. You lose those 2 seniors, but you bring back a ton, including your ace pitcher. But you said something about a staff approach now. So will McKenna Bull, who has been just dominant, is she going to have to do less next year then?
Well, what we're hoping for is Kenna will still be the workhorse that we need, but instead of having to go to her over and over and over again on 5-game weekends or against teams that we have to play 3 or 4 times in the year, she can face a team, dominate, and then we can bring in Ari or Olivia or Carissa or Arissa to come in and dominate the next time around. And kids don't get to see them 4, 5, 6, 7 at bats. They only get to see one of our pitchers once or twice, and we can continue to have the upper hand there.
What are the off-season plans for softball now, besides eat the candy at camps?
Well, we send the kids home with things to work on, and I mean, with NCAA rules, we can't we can't work with them and stuff like that. But they have plans, and we have plans, and there's different things that we're trying to accomplish and help them get better while they're gone, get them in shape while they're gone, and come back strong, and hopefully, starting from scratch, see what we got at the beginning of the year.
What was the best thing that your team accomplished this season?
Well, beating Utah is always fun, especially now that they're in the Pac-12. So always a highlight, especially on a nasty, rainy, snowy day. But I think when we went to Arizona, the girls, I mean, the intensity level was up. And when we beat Arizona right out of the chute, they were just stoked. And everything was awesome. And they could beat anybody, play anybody. And so that was a huge accomplishment. But again, playing so many of the teams that we played this year and they proved to themselves that they can compete at that level, which we've already known. Those are the kids we're recruiting. They're playing against those kind of kids in high school ball and things like that. But till you get to college and you actually prove it to yourself, it's just us talking at them, telling them how good they are.
Coach, congratulations on a great season. Send our best to Gordon Eakin and Pete Meredith as well, the guys that you got to keep in line for sure.
Always.
And, we'll send our best to the girls as well. Tell them anytime they want to come in and get some BYU Sports Nation karma, we're glad to help out.
We appreciate it.
You got it. Coach Kristin Delahoussaye, have you signed our stretch white flag, by the
I
way?
did
Yeah,
last
you have
time.
signed it.
Yeah,
You were gone.
I was gone.
Yeah.
You missed out.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Candy and everything. It was awesome.
You didn't get any candy?
We taste tested it.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Right.
What have I been missing my entire life? Oh, good
Taste
grief.
testing him.